Okay, so this time of the year the summer garden's almost all in, and it's all stored, processed and stored away, and that's our food. This is our food for the rest of the year. We're still living in a house truck and we'll probably be here for another year. And we've built a little pantry with a lot of boxes with shelves in them. And I'm going to just show you what we've got stored away here, which will last Bob and I through till next summer without having to buy anything in the supermarket really at all, apart from salt, olive oil, which doesn't come from the supermarket. None of it does really. Buying very little else. So I'll just take you through some of these things and show you. So starting here in this bucket is bloody butcher corn that was nixtamalized and then dried in the solar dryer, so that's ready to be ground, and when that's ground it makes masa flour, which is what we make tortillas from. That will store indefinitely. Here we have Austrian hulless pumpkin seeds, which I've soaked for I think about 3 days, and you can just start to see that the coat on them is starting to deteriorate, which means they kind of have the height of flavour really, and they're ready to, you can eat them like that, or I prefer to pop them or toast them in a dry pan. Sometimes add a little bit of tamari at the very end to make them a little bit salty. They're delicious. So we've got, on the right, we've got a jar of fermented jalapenos, which is I think 2 years old, beet kvass, and the beautiful amazing colour there is fermented fermented Yugoslav paprika peppers. And on the left is a jar of 8-year-old miso, which we made about 8 years. We made 8 years ago, and it's the last jar. It was unbelievably good. Then we've got homemade vinegar, homemade lemon oil pickles, flaxseed, oats, which is, we have that probably daily as well, oat straw. Up here we've got peach chutney, looks like some dried bottled fruit. Up here we've got fermented mustard, homemade mustard, and fermented tomatoes, tomato paste, and peppers. Lots of jars of fermented peppers, and plus a lot of oil pickles like eggplants and peppers and onions and garlic and like saucy kind of things. Up here we have dried wild mushrooms, fish roe, coriander, can't see in those jars, popcorn, strawberry popcorn, Dalmatian peas or capuchinas. I can see lots of dried beans in the back there, Salugia beans, more flaxseed, more oat straw, hulless barley, dried tomatoes in that jar. Here we have lard that we've made from our own animals, more popcorn, another samir mochi, it's an old hulless barley, dried elderflowers for winter teas, beans, soup beans, white Scotch soup beans. We've got lots of beans here. Loads of linseed, more peas, more beans, and over here lots of bottled fruit. Here's the jar of one of the containers of bloody butcher corn, which we nixtamalize before we use it mostly. There's a basket of kumras here, they're the sort of second grade ones that we'll eat first. A few containers of honey over here. Up on the top we've got garlic and onions. And more onions, yeah. So pretty much, up here a lot of, this is, probably can't see, the light's not good enough. There's a basket hanging in the roof which we dry our herbs in, nettle up there at the moment. So there's very little technology involved in all of that, and it costs very little to store food. And when you come on our spring internship, you'll be eating food that's been preserved like that and stored like that. And the person who becomes our spring intern cooking apprentice, food processing and storing apprentice will be learning how to do all of that and preparing that for all of our summer workshops. as well as learning how to grow it in the garden. Yep. Food security at its best.